Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me out here.
I'm so excited about this conversation. I feel like I'm almost an expert, but let's get started with your personal journey. What inspired you to start getting treatments and procedures?
Life. Once you hit 50, something about 40s, 50s, somewhere in that time frame, I think for me and probably a lot of women, you get to a point where you realize it's my time. This is me, my time. I get to do something for myself. Yeah. So I think that's what it was. And I wanted to look in the mirror and like what I saw. And I was aging, and I thought, well, that's okay. We're all aging, but I want to do it my way,
For sure. What made you consider your first procedure?
It's kind of funny. We're ready. Well, we all have genes and we look like our parents or like somebody. And I love my mom and she was a beautiful woman. But I walked into the living room one day and I had a picture up of my mom with her short hair. And I just got a haircut. And I walked by and I stopped. And I backed up and I looked at it and I went, oh my God, I have inherited my mother's resting bitch face. Am I allowed to say that? I'm sorry. And so I realized I had contemplated it for a long time and said, I'm going to go do my research, find out who I can go to, what should I do, and get rid of the double chin. That was my main thing. I had a horrible double chin. Yeah.
Mine was when I got married. It was going to be in March, and I knew the sun was going to be bright, and I didn't want to be like this in all my pictures. So that was the first Botox, just to like freeze my face so that I would look normal during my photos. I've been doing it ever since. And I think that was like mid-30s. So I've been doing it for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was around that long. How long has it been around?
I think that's when it kind of started coming out, where people were just doing it like normal 20 years ago. I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I guess it has been because you were going to Dr. Pilcher, correct? Her office. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was my first, was Dr. Pilcher. I got a breast augmentation, and that was in 2007. Yeah. It's been that long.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first.
I know they say that you're supposed to like redo it every 10 years, but whenever I do my mammogram, they're like, oh, you look great. Like there's no issues or anything. Like just keep it up. Well, I'm not doing anything, but you know what I mean? Like there's no problem. So why would I spend another, whatever it is these days, 10 grand to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed?
Exactly. And again, it's a personal thing, right? If you like it, that's what matters.
Yeah.
If you don't think it needs to be fixed, don't fix it.
Yeah. I actually have thought about taking out the implants and just getting a lift. And I'm kind of at this point where I'm taking chances with my life by going under. And so like I'm okay. I think I would be happy to take them out and just like be me. I don't know, me again. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm taking chances every time I go under. So yeah. How has your perspective on aging and beauty changed since turning 50?
Oh, doesn't it? It evolves all the time as we have a new era of life, right? And so how's I don't know. I just think, every day is different. You look in the mirror and what can I do today? And so really at this age, it's about moisturizing, moisture. As the skin gets drier and the hormones wreak havoc and sometimes we don't have them anymore. That's a whole other episode, isn't it? So moisturizing and just really trying to keep my face from feeling so dry. And that helps a lot. Just beauty routine and.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like I guess my perspective has changed on aging and beauty is that I don't want to look old, but I also am afraid of getting plastic surgery on my face. So I try to keep up with the Botox. I know eventually I may, but right now I am not there yet. Yeah. Because I've always talked to Anne-Marie. I was like, I just need this part of my face to lift up a little bit.
We all want something.
Yeah. I know, you look in the mirror, but I mean, it's, And one of the things I try not to do is compare myself to my younger self.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Don't go back and look at those pictures and be like, oh, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
No, that was another era.
Yeah. It's true. I think from my perspective this is my first time being 50, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. I just know that when I would look in the mirror, I just want to look not tired and haggard. Like I want to look like I've been rested, you know, kind of what drove me to start doing things. But I've used every lotion and potion, and like I've done always on peels, microdermabrasion. I've been doing those since probably like my mid-20s. So it just kind of progressed, like what's next. After a while, you have to have surgery because IPLs aren't going to do anything. You know, after a while, you're going to have the surgery if that's your goal. Like, you just can't do it with injectables to a certain point.
And how long can you do injectables without negative consequences of that? Are there any? I don't know. I don't know that much about the injectables.
So I know that they're starting to research that because fillers haven't been around forever. And what they're saying is since it's the hyaluronic acid, it kind of expands with water or something like that. I saw it on TikTok, and it kind of stays and sits in your face. I'm not sure if Botox is similar, but I know for fillers, it's not looking too good. I don't know. What do you say to people who criticize or question women who choose cosmetic procedures?
Mind your own business.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, it's personal. It's highly personal. And I bet you anything they haven't hit 50.
Right. Or they're considering it. They just like, oh no, it's not for me. But like if Debbie Downer down the street doesn't want to do it, that's not going to affect what I'm doing. You look like a saggy pair of balls. And I feel great about how I look. And her perspective or her opinion isn't going to change what I do with myself. Because honestly, I don't care. So,
yeah. Yep. I agree.
It's a personal thing. Don't judge somebody else for what they do.
Yeah.
I may look at someone's work and realize, oh yeah, they've had something done.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have gone as far as they did or done what they did or you know, it makes them feel good. And that's what is important. Not
that's
what
exactly
I think.
Right.
None of my business.
Yeah, it is. None of our business. Yep. Even though I do agree that Kris Jenner looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, she looks good. Have you seen her pictures?
No.
Oh my gosh, she just got a procedure, 2-3 months ago? And she looks great. And she looks like herself.
Kris Jenner.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen recent pictures.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Amazing. So, according to recent stats, Botox remains the most popular non-surgical procedure for women over 50. Why do you ladies think that is?
It's easy, less expensive. You can get it done quick and quick return to work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's literally no downtime and it's affordable.
You can go on a cruise ship and have it done. Like they've got a whole spa there to have stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. My goodness.
I bruise really easy, though, so I'd be hesitant for me to do it. But if you're not somebody who bruises...
You've never had Botox?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
No. I had fat injections, like when I had my facelift.
Okay.
So,
where did you get it done, the fat injection?
the plastic surgeon who did my work did it right out of his office, and he's no longer practicing. He passed, but I know. I know. But he did a great job. I loved it. He made me feel amazing. And I forgot what your original question was, because I can go into this hole and just talk about that all day.
So where on your face did you get
that's
the
what I was going to ask.
So right in here and here. So originally,
your cheeks and your chin.
Originally, I told you I wanted my chin to be a chin and not a ski slope. We talked about that, but he consulted with me and was like, if we just do that, things may not be symmetrical. Here's what we can do. Here's some ideas. Don't feel like you have to, but very easygoing about it. And it was all going to be right there in his office. No sedation. Well, I mean, I was sedated with lots of meds. I was very drowsy, but I was awake. And and so the whole thing, I did the fat fillers here, I think under my chin. He did the brow lift where he tacked them up from up here, upper lid, lower lid. This was several years ago. I might freshen things up soon. And went in here, even in the cheek area, and pulled up. And then my chin, the procedure for that was going in here, and I do have a scar here, but going in and sewing those two muscles that run this way together and hiking it up.
Wow. So where do they get the fat from?
My belly. I told him to take more, but it doesn't work that way apparently. I had to go to somebody else to get that part done.
So if you don't mind, how long ago did you get that? Was a regular lipo 360? Like, what procedure was that one?
So the face or the belly?
The belly.
I did that a couple of years ago, just about 2 years ago. Can I say who I did it for?
Of course.
Sonobello.
We were just talking about
I didn't want the full tummy tuck, not for me. I wanted a quick return to work. I didn't want drains. I decided to go that route, and I really liked it. They went in, did lipo there, my inner thighs, hip area here, and then took the fat. So I do have that scar that looks like a tummy tuck, nice and low there, so I can still wear a bathing suit, bikini. But, you know, it was amazing. Instant lift in my self-confidence.
And no downtime. Like, you were back to work within a week?
Immediately.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea that was possible.
Here's the thing. You can't lift. There is a lifting restriction. So.
Makes sense.
Being a nurse, I just had my buddies help me out.
Do you think that you can overdo injectables? And are there signs of way too much?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose you could. You could overdo just about anything, couldn't you?
I think so, for sure. You can kind of tell. I call it filler face. I don't know if there's an official name on the street, but where people just have these big, huge cheeks.
Oh, yeah.
And the lips are just way too much and just like settle down. I feel like the people that are doing that should be held accountable because it looks nuts.
Yeah.
And I know there was a young girl in my neighborhood. She can't be more than mid-30s. This beautiful girl. And then the last time I saw her, which we only get together in the neighborhood maybe a couple times a year, she had filler face.
Oh, no.
I'm like, girl, you were so... I mean, she's still pretty.
Yeah.
But she just looked... She's starting to get to that... We're the cat lady we were talking about.
Yes.
And it was just like, man, if I get to that, slap the shit out of me.
I'm always hesitant to say, well, that looks bad on somebody.
Yeah.
But I get it. You're not wrong. We all have those opinions.
And honestly, you're right. I shouldn't be talking about her because that's how she wants to look. But she is just such a beautiful girl already. You know, you just be like, leave that as it is. Like, you're beautiful. But, I mean, we talk about body dysmorphia all the time.
Well, here's the thing, too. These doctors and clinics, spas, whatever, wherever they're going to get this stuff done, they need to be held accountable, too. They need to talk to their clients, and maybe they did, and that's just what she wanted. But, hey, you know, here's what you could look like with this. Let me show you the differences. I want you to think about this and then come back and, you know, let's consult and then come back and do it. With their opinion of what they feel and how much change, I don't know.
Wow. Are there any specific treatments you think are game changers for women in midlife who want like a subtle refresh?
Well, you know, I went all in on that facelift. That was a refresh for me, and I'm ready to go again. But, that and the tummy. I mean, they aren't quick. I mean, the tummy was pretty quick. I didn't have any downtime. But it was a game changer and such a lift of my spirits. Many years. I mean, I wore bathing suits. I'm a beach girl. I love to be at the pool, whatever. But I was in a bikini for the first time in a long time, and I still am. You know what? It felt good. It still feels good.
So do they call that like a mini tummy tuck, or does it have a name?
I don't know. I've never heard it called that, but it could be. So tummy tuck has muscle involvement from what I understand.
Okay.
And this doesn't. This is just lipo and getting rid of that skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I always thought tummy tuck was when they cut off the excess skin and pull it up and sew it all together. And the lipo is just literally taking out the fat.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But I always thought that's how I kind of looked at them.
I do believe that they have muscle involvement with tummy tuck.
Oh, okay.
And that is why there's drains. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me on that.
I think the entry level is Botox. That is the game changer for me because that'll make such a huge difference in your face, especially if you have a lot going on in your forehead or here. I mean, there's just so much they can do with Botox to make you look refreshed. And it's so affordable. I think that is definitely the one thing if you wanted to just look refreshed, do Botox.
How long does it last?
3 to 4 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, you should. I think this is the first time in a long time that I've been consistent with Botox, like going every 3 to 4 months. Yeah.
You look fabulous.
Thanks.
Both of them.
So do you.
Is there a best age for getting a facelift or eyelid surgery?
The age you want to do it.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. When you start feeling confident to do it, that's the perfect age.
Right.
Yeah. I did a lot of research though, because I did both my upper lower bleph, a forehead lift, and the fat transfer CO2 around my eyes. And they said, because I was looking at it in my 40s, they said wait till your 50s, because that's the age where your face really starts to come down. And you don't want to do the surgery and then your face starts to droop.
Yeah.
So I did read that the best was in your 50s. Yeah. But you're right. If you feel like doing it in your 40s, freaking do it.
Mm-hmm. And I had asked my doctor when I had the facelift done, I remember asking him, how long will this last? Will I end up going back to looking like that? Or, and the answer was, you will always look better than before. You'll always look a little more refreshed, a little less chin,
Yeah. So how do you find a board certified, trustworthy surgeon?
Online. The Board of Plastic Surgery, the American Board of Plastic Surgery is available online. There's also a Board of Cosmetic Surgery. They're both good, but I think the Board of Plastic Surgery is held to a higher standard and a higher regard.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like for me, when I was doing my face procedures, I wanted to make sure I was going to a facial plastic surgeon and not just someone who did like head to toe. Yeah. Like I wanted him or her to specialize in the face.
Agreed.
Because you can't hide your face. Like people are going to see that all the time. So you want to make sure. And I know there's some cosmetic surgeons out there who are like a dermatologist who's doing things. So you really want to make sure they're a plastic surgeon or board certified in plastic surgery and not just a doctor in anything else. But just do the research. Don't take someone else's word for it.
I agree 100%. You wouldn't go to an orthopedic doctor for a heart surgery.
Right.
Right. I mean, absolutely.
Then you hear the horror stories about people running to Mexico or going to Turkey. Like, why would you? I mean, if you're going to do that to save money and that's your thing, cool. But if there's an issue, are you going to be able to go down to Mexico to get it resolved? Or what if it's an emergency?
I have seen things like that. And it's so sad.
For
women. And so, yes, BBLs. That's the one procedure that scares me.
Yeah, it does scare me too.
Yeah, it's so risky and bad things can happen. You can die.
What have you seen?
Well, this one lady that I had talked to went to maybe the Dominican, I can't remember where she was, somewhere out of the country, and had all these things done, one of them being a BBL. So then, I don't remember the why, but she hops on an airplane to come back. Sitting down on that BBL. And everything was just all messed up. And what are you going to do? Again, you can't just go back there and say, hey, fix this. So number one, reputable doctors, reputable clinics, look up everybody, make sure that they're board certified, get it in the U.S. and follow your post-op instructions.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, somewhere in there it said, no sitting on that behind.
Yeah, because you can't sit for a while. Yeah.
That is risky because I read that if you inject it in the wrong, it's like fat versus muscle. And I can't remember, does it become like a blood clot or something like that? I can't remember what it is, but if you inject it incorrectly, it's the highest death procedure.
Fat embolisms.
That's what it is, yeah. No, thank you.
No. My booty is just...
Let's squat.
Yeah.
Okay, so what question do you ask during a consultation?
So many. So I talked to them about their certification, their board certifications, right? How long have they been practicing? Show me some of your work. You know that they've got pictures to show you, and they're only going to post their best. And then I leave and I do my own research and I look at, Google. Hey, people are going to yell on Google.
For sure.
Yeah, you're going to see all kinds of reviews and good and bad.
Yeah.
So
same. I'm always like, show me someone that looked like me. And then what were your results? How many have you done? The guy, I went to Dr. Lopez and I just felt like he's probably my age. I don't even know, but I know he has a really good reputation and that made me feel a lot better. So yeah, definitely do your research.
And there's a Facebook group, I think, probably for everything. Look up,
I'm in them.
Yeah.
I'm in the San Antonio Plastic Surgery Facebook group. Yeah. I'm in them.
Well, and at Sonobello, Dr. Cunez, forgive me, Doc, if I'm saying your name wrong, but I had done my research after I consulted with him. I left and thinking about it, you think about the cost. What can I afford to do? What is reasonable? What do I want to do? And what do I want from this? and who is this doctor that's going to be cutting on me? Because that's very important. And so I looked him up, and by golly, he at some point served, I believe, I might be wrong, but I think he was the Surgeon General for the plastic Surgeon General for the Army or something at some point. I was like, well, he knows what he's doing. Okay. And he did a great job.
Yeah, that's awesome. No. Regarding recovery, what should people realistically expect after a procedure?
It really depends on the procedure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So expect some soreness no matter what it is. And if it's your eyes, you're going to have some bruising. Mm-hmm. Oh, I bruised so bad. Did you see my pictures? Did I show you?
Yeah, you sent something to me, but I picked her up.
Yeah. I looked like a raccoon. But it didn't last very long. That next weekend, I was going to Vineyards. I was like, yes, I've got fresh eyes. Let's go.
Yeah, I definitely started working the next week, and I just had to tell them, you should see the other person. That's exactly like I was in a fight over the weekend. But I would say realistically, like, my doctor was spot on. And he just told me, these are I had pre-operative things to do. And then, of course, post. And I just stuck to it. And my recovery, what he told me, was pretty much spot on. I mean, it's been 4 months.
They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they really do.
So listen to them. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And then when I went for my post-op and I sat down, the doctor came in. He was like, you're welcome. It was so funny. Okay, is there a beauty treatment or trend you've tried and regretted?
No, I don't think so. You know, I mean, I've enjoyed every procedure I've had done. Beauty treatment, I don't do too many of them. I'm a pretty basic girl.
Oh.
Yeah, except for facelifts and tummies.
That's a sure thing, though.
So you've never tried wrapping your body in plastic, thinking that it would shrink you? And then
I do see people do that.
And then get in a sauna and be like, of course I lost water weight.
I would die.
I'm only saying this because I've done it.
Did it work?
It worked for water weight. Didn't work for anything else.
Hey, if you've got to lose a pound or two in water weight tonight, maybe go try that. But
yeah,
please make sure you're drinking some fluids while you do it.
Right.
I have one. It's called Fibroblast. Have you heard of that? The plasma pen?
No.
So it's horrible. It's so incredibly painful. And it's this little pen. And all they do is like burn your eyes. And it's supposed to like produce collagen and get rid of the under eye wrinkles and everything. And it was good for maybe like 3 months. It's definitely not long term. It's super cheap, which is why I went that route. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to get like really quick results. It was so painful. My face felt like it was on fire. And then I would say within like 4 to 5 months, I looked exactly the same.
The one with the dots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was and I was scabby everywhere. There's downtime for that for sure. I think I was home for a week. And it was not worth it at all. Okay. But it was cheap.
And then it just, you looked exactly the same as before. Wow. After all that.
Yeah.
That would be disappointing.
Yeah. But I think it was only like $500. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but it wasn't a lot. And it was fire.
Out.
What do you guys say to women who feel like they shouldn't do anything to their face or body?
Well, you know, it depends on their reason, their why, and it's always it's highly personal, right?
It is.
So if that's how they feel, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all have ideas of what's right for ourselves. And you know what? What's right today may not be right tomorrow. There was a day I never would have come and had any kind of plastic surgery. Oh no, that was for other women. That was for people who were vain, right? I don't think I ever really said that, but that thought was back there.
Yeah.
You know, as I got older and looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, you know, maybe I will go get just a little something. And then it was like, oh, maybe this too, you know, because that was amazing. And I realized I had different thoughts of it then than I do now. And I really like who I am today and my way of looking at it for not only myself, but for others. And I sure hope everybody else is catching on.
Yeah. So what's one thing you would want to say to women in midlife about cosmetic procedures?
Do what makes you feel good. If you're curious about it, look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you decide after you do your research it's still not for you, then don't do it. But we only live once, you know? and we're midlife already. How much of our life have we spent doing for everybody else?
Right.
You know, it's our time. It's our time. Let's do it.
It's very personal. Mm-hmm. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, that's okay too.
Yeah, yeah.
But it just, like, if you want to, do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I know her and Anne-Marie and I were talking earlier, like, we want to be able to talk about it like we're just talking about getting a manicure or pedicure. Like there's this big stigma, oh, you shouldn't do plastic surgery, but really it's like, it is personal, yes, but we should be able to just talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a facelift. Who cares,
Yeah.
Well, what I want to do.
Your why is personal, but it doesn't have to be undercover. You know? I mean,
exactly.
No, not at all. You talked about the stigma, and I mean, we've got ageism, right? And we've got vanity. You're going to be accused of one or the other, right? You're getting older. You're too vain.
Right.
So screw it. Do what makes you happy.
Right.
I'm vanity 100%.
And that's okay. We're all, I think everybody is. If you own a mirror, hey.
Yeah. But I just feel like, what is wrong with being your best self? If that's what I want to do, then why do you have a problem with it? I'm not taking your mortgage money to pay for my procedure.
Right.
Like, it has nothing to do with you, literally.
Yeah, because there's like this big thing about, no makeup right now and natural aging. Like, if that's what they want to do, if that's what Pam Anderson wants to do, or whoever wants to join her in that whole thing, go for it. Yeah. But if you want to get the Kris Jenner makeover, look like a Kardashian, that's your choice too.
Sure.
I feel like I'm doing everybody a favor by wearing makeup anyway.
So what advice would we want to give to someone in their 50s who are curious about cosmetic procedures? Like, what advice would you give them? But are afraid of the judgment.
Talk to your friends. I bet they want to talk about it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And go online and look at things. Get ideas.
Yeah.
You don't like your chin? Google, what options do I have if I have a double chin? Google things and get answers, and be wary of Google. There's a lot of bad info there too, but just talk to your friends. And if you know somebody who's done something, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
If you like how they look, ask them, hey, who'd you go to?
Right.
For sure. I feel like what you said is right on time, because when I mentioned, like, oh, I have eyelid surgery, so many people are like, oh, I was thinking about getting that too. Mm-hmm. So people are thinking about it. They're afraid to talk about it, and they don't know who to go to talk about it. But I'm just going to be upfront. Like, I had it done. Mm-hmm. And I love it so much.
Yeah. And my husband, I think, might have asked me right after my facelift and stuff. And I tell everybody. And he asked me, he says, why do you tell everybody? Something like that. And he doesn't care, but he's just kind of like, why do you do that? Like, because we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about it.
And I think it's good because, like Anne-Marie was saying, there might be somebody else out there thinking that they want to do the same thing, but they don't know who to talk to. And who better than someone that's done it? So.
Because in talking about it, we get rid of the stigma.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Great. I told you I'm in a bunch of plastic surgery groups on Facebook for San Antonio and Austin, and you can learn a lot. Mm-hmm. And people will post their before and afters, and they say, I went to this doctor, and you just learn a lot, and it makes you feel better because we're all going through the same thing. And all those women, I don't even know how many people are in that group. I'm sure there's hundreds. And it was just everyone sharing their experiences, and it's a very positive group.
So are you thinking about doing anything else?
I'm thinking about freshening things up, maybe some Botox though, to see what I can do with that rather than go jumping right into another, lift or something, Things are starting to sag a little again, and I could look a little fresher. That's okay.
What about you?
If I had the money, I would definitely do lipo. But as far as my face goes, I'm going to stick to my regular potions, lotions, Botox. I don't think I'd do anything else for my face ever again. I think that was like a one and done thing. And I remember when I went to Dr. Lopez and he was like, what are your goals? Like, what do you think you need? And I thought I just needed an upper bleph. And I didn't think lower bleph. I wanted the CO2 on my face. I knew that for sure. He's like, well, here's my recommendation. I didn't know that my forehead had dropped because my eyebrows are here. My brow bone is here. But my eyebrows were right here before. So he lifted my whole forehead, did the upper and the lower, and did the fat transfer. Mm-hmm. And I kind of saw it as, I don't want to do this twice. I want to do one and done and be good to go. Yeah. So as far as any other face things, no, probably not. Even though I'm always looking at my neck too. But no, I think I'm done. You?
If I I know just looking at my mother that eventually I will have the jaws really bad. So I think eventually I'll probably end up doing something there, like a little lift behind the ear or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I get a lot of, on TikTok, you have to get the deep plane facelift because just lifting the skin isn't going to do anything. You have to go in there and get the tissue and pull it
that's
all.
what he did here. And
that's what you did?
Yeah, and he went back behind the ears and pulled everything up as well. So I had the whole shebang.
Yeah,
like the
do
whole...
it right the first time.
Well, I'll come to you for a recommendation.
So where is this Dr. Lopez?
He's in Stone Oak.
Okay.
Yeah, he's amazing. And he focuses on the face, which that made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
You know, he's not like doing boobs Tuesday and faces Wednesday.
Right.
He's like only face every day. So he's awesome
Nice.
too.
Nice. That's all we have.
That's it?
That went fast.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
So much fun.